Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your man Chris Thorns. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever you're watching my content. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Uh, been a few days, but here I am back now to give you an update on a story that a lot of us have been following. So, without further ado, let's get right into the story. All right, guys. You take a look at the spinning globe. We're gonna be talking about this lady right here again. We got another update on this lady right here. Now, here's the thing. Now, with her name, I'm hearing people pronouncing it different. I say Julissa Thaler. Now I just heard. I listened to an old video of mine. They named her Julissa Thaler. So I don't know. It's Julissa, Julissa. I don't know, but I guess everybody got a different way of pronouncing it, But regardless of what, y'all know who we talking about. But I think it's Julissa Thaler. Okay. All right. So with the meat and potatoes of the story, for the people who haven't been following, this lady was riding around with her 6-year-old child body in her trunk, which his name is Eli Hart. All right. And somebody called it in, and this story is getting crazy and crazy. Yeah. But anyway, though, let's get into what's the update on this story right now. Okay. I find this quite interesting, but then again, not surprising. If y'all can see that, I want you to see that title right there. And if not, let's see if I can blow it up for you. Y'all remember when a cop said they found blood in her car? Well, she comes out and says that she told the cops that the blood that was in her car was from a tampon. Okay. Okay. Well, I wasn't there to see how much blood was in the car, or whatnot, but I can guarantee you, blood that's found in the car. I know damn well it wasn't from no tampon. All right, so we can cut this shit out right there, okay? But however, guys, I want y'all to understand. Again, I can't stress this enough. Mental illness is real. Let's not water it down and downplay it. Mental illness is real, and it's happening more often. Like I said, my only problem is that where people try to use it as a scapegoat to get out of their wrongdoings or whatnot. All right. But this lady told the police that the blood that was found in her car initially was from a tampon. Now, out of all the stories I have done, I've never heard this excuse before. I never, I mean, long as I've been doing stories, I never heard this before. Ah, man. Here's what it says, son. Moments before Minnesota police arrested Julissa Thaler, 28, in the death of a 6-year-old son, Eli Hart. Officers found blood in her car but drove her home without further incident. And y'all remember the turbine guy came on and said that um, the cops let her go. They drove her home. Now, here we go right here. Her excuse. Okay, get this out the way. Her excuse, the blood was from a tampon and the flesh found on her body and the deceased was from a deer she picked up from a butcher. New documents show on Fox 9, Minneapolis reported. Again, as long as I've been doing this, and I've been doing it for like 5 years now, probably even 6. I lost count after doing this so long. I don't hear some crazy excuses, but this has got to be one of the craziest one I've ever heard thus far. You're from a tampon, and flesh was from a deer. Now you got to ask the question. Now, I mean, for her to come to be this, try to be this clever to come up with what she did, you got to ask: is she really mentally ill? I don't. Oh wow, I don't know. In the new documents, Orono police officers said they located Thaler's car after they were initially notified by a car with a smashed window driving on a flat tire. During the traffic stop, Orono officers say they found what appeared to be blood on her person and additionally blood and bits of flesh in the car. The officers also saw a bullet hole in the car and shell casings, but none of these details resulted in them initially detaining Thaler, according to the documents, which I still to this day don't see how the hell that didn't spark up anything immediately. I don't get that. I really don't. Instead, officers drove Thaler to her home, while the other officer who remained at the scene inspected the vehicle, according to the report. That's crazy too. Out of all the stories I have done, the police just gonna release you like that? The body was found. We saw they say his body was shot up to 9 times, including his head. Oh my God. Including his head. The attorney subsequently charged Thaler with second-degree murder. Thaler's boyfriend was in the car during the initial traffic stop. Oh, he was there. The boyfriend was in the car during the initial traffic stop, and he was taken into custody before he was released due to a lack of evidence to charge him. So the boyfriend was. So let me get this straight. You got a boyfriend. You got your boyfriend in the car with you. He know what the fuck is going on, and he's in there. Man, look, I don't give a damn who I'm with or who I'm sexing or whatnot. If you doing some shit like that, or you have done something like that, and I know about it, I'm seeing blood and brain matter and flesh in the car, I'm not going nowhere with you. I'm not going anywhere with you, because in my mindset, I'm going to look at it like this. You did it to him, bitch, I'm going to be next. And I'm not going to give you the time of the day. Fuck the dumb shit. I'm not going to give you the time of the day. That shit crazy. This is crazy as hell. I'm not going to give you the time of the day. Fuck that. Wow. Wow. All right, I got a little bit more for y'all. Y'all give me a minute. All right, guys, like I said, I got a little bit more for you. This said a warrant details police interaction with Julissa Thaler. Julissa, however you say this woman name. It said warrant detail police interaction with her following her son's death. This was just released like 49 minutes ago. At least that's what it says on my computer. Well, 49 minutes ago, this was just released. So let's see what this says right here.
Documents show Thaler had only recently gotten her son back. For more than a year, Dakota County Social Services had custody of Eli. But despite even their concerns, including about Thaler's mental health, he was returned to her. Jennifer Hoff is digging into how exactly that happened.
Julie, it may boil down to two things here. Officials reported that they didn't have concerns for Eli's physical well-being while in his mother's care, and his father had recently filed for custody. But in order for that to move forward, experts tell us the county case to protect that little boy had to be closed first.
Julissa Thaler is charged with killing her son, Eli Hart, last week, but documents show she'd been filing abuse reports against Eli's father, Tori, since 2016 when she was pregnant.
Julissa Thaler. Julissa Thaler. That's her name, Julissa. Oh, I keep saying Thaler. Thaler. Everybody. Julissa Thaler. Julissa Thaler. I got to remember that.
Pregnant. He's never been criminally charged, and Thaler at one point admitted her mental health issues cause her to accuse Hart of things that he doesn't do.
I can't even tell you how many times we expressed our concerns, our fears.
Hart's fiance says he recently filed for custody of Eli. That was a little over a year after court records showed Dakota County took the boy into custody. Documents also show Thaler was hospitalized then and was hearing voices telling her to kill herself. While Eli was in foster care, social workers continued to document red flags about Thaler, including that she stopped seeing her therapist, had unstable housing, and was charged for stealing drugs. Despite that, social services and a court guardian recently recommended a judge give her full custody, which in turn allowed officials to close the protection case and for Eli's father to fight for custody in family court.
On May 10th, they returned custody and closed the county case in Dakota County. And 10 days later, we got the news that Eli was found dead.
While there are still a lot of questions, experts say child protection cases take precedence over any other kind of case in the state, from a divorce to a name change.
Minnesota law says is that the juvenile protection matter needs to go forward and be resolved first before those other types of cases that may involve the child. The goals, too, of the child protection system are really different than the goals of family court.
Also tonight, I reached out to Dakota County Social Services asking several questions about Eli's case, and a spokesperson said due to privacy laws, quote, "we cannot comment further." While that court guardian with the state also did not answer my questions, only saying our deepest sympathies go out to family, friends, and all of our communities impacted by this loss. Due to privacy laws, we are unable to comment further. Julie?
Nice. You know,
really went down the sand dunes.
That is so sad how jacked up the children's services is. You know, that many children like him will fall through the cracks. At the end of the day, they don't see another day. We just heard right here that this woman was in the hospital claiming she heard voices, claiming she want to kill herself and all that. And again, the social services deemed fit for them to return this young man to his mom, knowing she had all these issues going on and had to make the dad fight again or even more to try to get custody of his son. But now he would never see his son again because his son is no longer on this earth. Okay? This is a horrible failure. This is a horrible failure. A lot of failures you can come back from. A lot of stuff that you fail at you can come back from. But this is just horrible. Too damn horrible. Say Thaler, charged with second-degree homicide in the fatal shooting of 6-year-old Eli Hart, had unusual answers when asked about blood on her face and hands. Blood on her face and hands. A search warrant application, officers insight into the behavior of accused killer Julissa Thaler, and the answer she gave law enforcement when they pulled her over just before the body of her 6-year-old son was discovered. The warrant filed by Hennepin County Detective Kurt Hoover was seeking permission to swab Thaler's hands and cheek and collect human remains and items of evidence that could tie her to the fatal shooting of her son Eli. Officers found the body in the trunk of a vehicle Thaler was driving early in the morning of May 20 after she had been released from the scene. She was, I want y'all to keep pinmarking that. She was released from the scene. In the warrant, Detective Hoover details how officer pulled Thaler over when her car was driving on the rim without a tire, and also noticed that the back window had been shot out. When police approached the car, they noticed Thaler was very disheveled and had what appeared to be blood on her face and hand. When asked about it, Thaler reportedly stated that it was from removing a tampon. Goodness gracious. When officers pressed her about what happened to be tissue or her remains spattered on the interior of the vehicle, Thaler said she had purchased deer meat from an unknown butcher overnight and had returned to meet her AA sponsor in Mound, according to the warrant. The warrant states that while officers on the scene attempted to determine whether Thaler had been involved in an accident outside Orono's jurisdiction, she grew cold, impatient, and refused to sit in the back of a squad car. She was released from the scene and transported to an apartment at 2400 Interlachen, Interlachen Road. While waiting for the vehicle to be impounded, police decided the presence of blood and potential tissue gave them cause to open the trunk. The warrant says when they did, officers located a shotgun and under a blanket the body of 6-year-old Eli. And I'm going to stop at it right there. If y'all want to read this yourself, I will put this link in the description box. I will. I will. But ladies and gentlemen, forgive me for keep messing up this lady's name. Like I said, I've heard people say Julissa. Now I'm Julissa Thaler. Now I'm hearing Julissa. Her name is Julissa Thaler. All right. So anyway, however her name is pronounced, hopefully when y'all hear the name, y'all know exactly who everybody's talking about. Okay. And again, I just want to say this right here, guys. Please don't take mental illness for granted. You know, again, it's real. I'm going to keep on stressing it as long as I keep doing this. I'm going to keep on stressing that mental illness is real, right? And there's a lot of people who has it, a lot of people that deal with it. And my heart goes out to a lot of you who deal with it, or if you got a family member that you're trying to look after or that's dealing with it, you know, because I can imagine how it is dealing with somebody in a family that has mental illness, let alone I work in that field with people that got a mental illness, you know, so I know how it is, but I can imagine just dealing with a family member that has it. That's probably the toughest right there, the toughest. However, though, you know, in cases like these, you got to question, are they really mentally ill? Or they just doing this to you? They're just doing this as a smoke screen. I don't know. Maybe y'all can listen to what I just presented to y'all in this video, and you tell me, is she really mentally ill? Or is this a smoke screen? You tell me. I'm your man, Chris Storms. Catch your next video. Catch your next update. Peace out.